Chapter 4, Mishnah 7. From here until the end of the next chapter, the Mishnah will focus on cases where truma became mixed with chulin, non-truma. Ordinarily, if prohibited dry food becomes mixed with permitted dry food of the same type, for example, if a piece of non-kosher meat became mixed with pieces of kosher meat, and we cannot tell them apart, a simple majority of permitted food nullifies the minority of forbidden food, and all of the pieces are permitted. On a biblical level, the same applies to truma that falls into chulin. If the majority of the mixture is chulin, it may be eaten by a non-Kohen. The rabbis, however, decreed that the mixture is not permitted unless there is at least 1 part truma in 101 total parts. If it contains a smaller amount of chulin, it is prohibited. Such a prohibited mixture is known as meduma. Additionally, even if that ratio is met, the mixture remains forbidden until an amount of produce that is equal to the amount of truma that fell in is removed from the mixture. The Mishnah presents a 3-way dispute as to the ratio of chulin to truma that is needed to nullify the truma. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. Rabbi Eliezer says, truma that became mixed into chulin is nullified if there is 1 part truma in a total of at least 101 parts of the chulin and truma combined. For example, if 1 sa'ah of truma fell into chulin, the mixture must contain 100 sa'ah of chulin to nullify it. A second, more lenient view. Rabbi Yoshua says the truma is nullified even if there is 1 part truma in a total of only 100 parts and somewhat more. This somewhat more has no minimum amount. Thus, if, for example, 1 sa'ah of truma fell into slightly more than 99 sa'ah of chulin, the truma is nullified. A third Tana agrees with Rabbi Yeshua that somewhat more than 100 parts is required, but holds that the somewhat more does have a minimum quantity. Rabbi Yossi ben Meshulam says, the somewhat more mentioned is a kav, 1/60th of a sa'ah, per 100 sa'ah of produce. Thus, the somewhat more is 1/60th of the amount of truma that forbids the mixture. Therefore, if 1 sa'ah of truma fell into 99 sa'ah of chulin, the mixture is forbidden. There must be at least 99 sa'ah plus 1/60th of the amount that fell, which in this case would be 1/60th of a sa'ah of chulin, for a total mixture of 100 sa'ah plus 1/60th of a sa'ah for the mixture to be permitted.